Championships here in Shirahama, Japan. There is a storm brewing in this mixed semi-final. The Japanese national team taking on India, second seed versus third seed. This is Liam Grant alongside Sofia Pereira. Are you excited, Sofia?
Oh, I am so excited to see this game. India just made it here after beating New Zealand 12-9 and Japan beating a Japan Aiku club team by 13-7. This should be a really exciting game. We should see very different styles of play. Very looking forward to this, Liam.
Yeah, ominous clouds in the background here in Shirahama, but at the moment the wind isn't too strong, kind of right to left, and a slight offshore breeze going out to sea. But it is Japan mixed who will start off on offense, and that is Taku to catch the pull, play with the World Games team in Poland. There's several World Games players, and ripping a disc straight to the end zone. That is a fast disc that's slightly overthrown, can't be reeled in by Andy Kunida.
Amazing defense, amazing offense, just a little bit too hard on that throw, couldn't manage to get it, and India gets a chance to do a break in the first point of the game. We'll see how Japan deals with a fast Indian offense, lining up in a vertical stack with two handlers at this point.
And that is Sneha picking up the disc. Was on the AO All-Stars last year, touring the US. You'll notice she's wearing the number 02 on her jersey. That's actually due with her favorite running lane. She used to run track. I think she was Indian champion actually in several disciplines. But disc is now back with Japan. Looking to swing it wide outside the end zone. And incredible speed. Not often you see Siva Raman burn to the front corner, but that's going to be a matchup I'm excited to see.
That was pretty impressive. He deserved that after running it down in the last attempt. Manages to bring it in after a miscommunication between India. Quick turnover back to Japan. Game starts with Japan with the score with a 1-0 when picking up all of a sudden.
Yeah, and that is a goal for Andy Kunida, top stat leader for this Japanese team. Really humble guy, actually chatted him before this match, has good English. Very, very humble. Yeah, he was also on the World Games team that went to Poland. That is a big honor. Only 6 nations compete in the World Games, and now there's more than just a storm brewing. The storm has arrived.
Wow, that was a very quick, almost as quick as the Indian team running on that field. That was a really quick onset of some serious wind and rain here.
Yeah, folks,
Conditions
I'm hoping
have
the
completely
live stream is
changed.
going to stay as you see that disc fly out the back. This is going to make things challenging for India. Wind has tripled, quadrupled in speed, up to maybe 30, 40 knots now, going from right to left. So India have to try and go upwind now. Much harder wind than Japanese just had. And almost a turn on the first pass. So Japan got an upwind score when the wind was much, much less, and that was a foul.
Oh, they're gonna have to adjust to this offense and play very close, very, very windy. They're playing against a really strong wind. They're quite far away and running long. It's not gonna be easy to put that disc long.
A nice underpass to Selvi, looking for a reset. And India just playing normal offense. They're not letting the wind phase them. Oh, and that a very low disc. No call. So Japan can break. Looking towards the end zone, getting high in the stall count now, and then a great horizontal cut. A nice dish pass, and that's a break for Japan, scoring downwind.
2-0 Japan. That was 2 quick points for Japan, and all of a sudden it looks like we're in a completely different climatic situation or conditions than when the game started. See Japan celebrating and India walking back with a large squad. It's really early in the game.
Furukawa with her 5th goal of the tournament. Yeah, a big advantage to Japan was they had the first offensive point going upwind, and the wind was much, much lighter. So then India had to try and do the same going against a much tougher wind.
Yeah, unfortunately, also upwind, really difficult. It's really difficult conditions at this point. India now does get the downwind point on O, which sometimes is hard because the disc really wants to go into the ground, and especially it is also raining. It's going to be a wet disc that really wants to touch that sand.
And this kind of wind really changes our sport significantly. Let's see how it impacts a lot of semi-finals today.
Look at that pull.
Conditions still playable at the moment, but veering towards chaotic. Sangi now at the disc, goes for the dump. It's going to be very difficult to do that in this game, and I think that's what you're going to have to do in a wind like this, is put it high and floating. That is a great shot. Shirahama to rocket, Praveen Kumar.
What a beautiful way to score a point. He knew exactly what to do, just to lift slightly the tip of that disc up to make sure that it doesn't touch the ground. Beautiful pass in this wind. It seemed to almost be no wind with that pass when you look at it. Straight into the hands of his receiver. Fantastic score. 1-2 now for Japan. Japan in the lead in this game. We see a disc flying off in the distance. That's probably a stray disc.
Yeah, no stray disc from India in that passage of play. Scoring without any turnover. And a great shot to the end zone from Shirahama. When you're throwing downwind, that's what you're going to do. Send it from high to low.
Oh my God, that's a great pull, Liam.
And this is a big opportunity for India to get an upwind break. That pull landing inbounds is just flying out of the field into the beautiful stone steps here, hugging the Shirahama beach. And the rain has come as well with the wind. And now a foot race. And yeah, that battle is an exciting one.
That was great positioning, great defense by India, who's now going to have to try and move that disc up this insane wind from the sideline.
Now with Shiva staying low on the pivot. Going to poach and lane, almost like a double team there. Not called, gets the dump off. And he's going to send it now. That is a good effort in this wind.
Very nice try. Talk about a crazy disc. That thing was alive. Looks like the sea is coming in with the wind as well in the corner of the end zone over there.
Oh, and he gathers in the undershot after a bobble, and there a high pass. Oh, and rocket comes flying to D that disc. Again, this wind troubling all teams.
That's the second amazing defense we see exactly in that same space.
And our commentary booth just about staying intact. Don't be surprised if the stream cuts out at any stage. A lot of people are running for shelter in this crazy wind and rain. But play continues for now. The wind now turning strong onshore and blowing straight into our faces and the faces of many of the players on the field. We will stay with you as long as we can, folks. But things not the May West at the moment. If I was on a boat, I'd be heading for port. But
These are
this will stay with India.
Pretty extreme conditions at this point. Nice throw by India against the wind. That's really good attempt. It's an insane wind. It's not necessarily upwind, it's also coming a bit from the sea, so it's a bit of a diagonal wind. As you can see, the disc was taken out of bounds.
So yeah, now gale force, wind and rain. This is a sight to behold, folks. As tables, chairs, signs flying around the Shirahama beach in Wakayama, Japan. We're in the mixed semi-final. Japan national team taking on India, and it's going to be a tough one to call here, folks. As both camera crew, commentators soaking in rain, but it's Japan who score downwind, but there's a call on the field. Violation.
Violation called. Game is stopped. Nice playing though.
sure it's even difficult to speak or hear in this wind. Let's see, we have a lot of electrical equipment out here in the rain. We'll see how we get on. So far, an electrifying performance from Japan, who are in the lead.
Japan has possession of the disc. I have a feeling everybody's a little bit shell-shocked by this conditions. I'm not sure they think they can play. Everybody's looking at each other and they're discussing. Okay, it is a point. It is a point for Japan. 3-1 Japan. That's their second break in the game.
Yeah, this is really going to change the outlook of the game. Changing tactics, playing upwind, downwind, crazy wind.
Trying to just get our stuff together here. We've gone for an involuntary swim, Liam. Looks like.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of onsens, bathhouses in here, but we're getting a traditional Japanese shower now. Rather refreshing.
Great to see the players, though, out there trooping it. See, India's getting a chance now. That was actually quite a nice pull considering these conditions. India's moving the field nicely between the handlers at this point and looking for the option. And there's a pick, I guess. Pick called. This going back.
Box with the disc now to Amani. Tall stature and a drop downfield. Japan look to move quickly. And a drop from Japan. That's going to happen quite a lot in these conditions.
Nice second attempt, though, to get that disc flying away.
Would like to see some deep cuts from India. They need to throw the end zone. Don't play around with this disc too much. Again, not too many deep options. Now a nice low break pass. Well executed by Box in this wind. You can see Japan trying to protect their end zone. The disc goes spiraling up into the air.
It's not easy to catch that disc as it comes flying at you. It gains speed, gaining speed as it leaves the hand of the thrower. And now Japan has a chance for another break in this game.
Fair play to our camera crew. We're still on the scaffolding in this rain and wind. Not somewhere I'd like to be.
Another defense.
Amani again. Again, that swing's so difficult in this wind. I think India needed to talk about how they're going to play this game in these conditions. Japan a little snappier with their throws and almost an upwind break. And you can hear the India sideline shouting, I think, probably to huck it.
Yeah.
But they're sticking with their same offensive tactics given the conditions.
The huck and D actually is not a bad idea in these conditions. It's pretty extreme out there. We do see some light, and
that is a Callahan for Japan. And that's why you maybe want to go for the huck and D strategy, because those swing passes could go anywhere.
That's the first Callahan we see this weekend here on this field, I think. He was just waiting for that. 4-1 Japan now.